Yeah, baby. There's the introduction for the Funkin' Kingpin show, baby. The whole 5 seconds where that was awesome, right?
Hey, you know what's funny about it, man? It's just like Pierce, man. That's how he is in the bedroom. The whole 5 seconds, man. So just, just mimics him to the
I didn't
T.
think he. I talked to his wife yesterday. She said he didn't last that long, but that's between you and him.
Oh man, just funny. Hey, dude, I'm pretty excited, man, having this show with you, man. This is the first time we really got together and chopped it up.
Yeah, bro. So you got an ECW original, and then you got a WCW flunky. So it should be a pretty good time. I'm sure we got some good stories.
No, man, I heard differently, man. You kind of putting yourself down on that, but I heard you were living high on the hog. I heard you was importing caviar from Russia.
You know what I'm importing? I'm importing Vegemite from Australia.
There you go, man. I want to go to Australia. I really, really want to go to Australia.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times, bro. It's pretty cool there.
Did you ever hook up with anybody down there? No, I mean not hook up, but like, did you have like fans like, oh, stay, live with us?
Yeah, I met I was over there with a couple year-old buddies, Nova, Mike Busey, or Busey. How do you say his last name? Busey, right?
Yeah, Busey, yeah.
Or Busey, yeah. And Sabu and Crowbar, which is WCW. Crowbar did some ECW stuff, right?
Hey, Annette. Yeah.
Oh, there's my girlfriend from Victoria, Australia, right there. See, we're just talking about Australia. Annette. What's up, Annette? That's my girlfriend down there in Australia. I'm going to come over to the house. Me and Angel are going to crash at the house some night when we're hanging out in Australia.
So you put Vegemite on my feet.
Annette, you gotta rub his feet with some Vegemite. He needs a Vegemite massage.
Yo, but you know what? Yeah, Crowbar was in ECW, but he was known as Devon Storm at the time. He was always rocking Devin that Storm. Green lime green tights and his blonde hair.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say lime green hair because his hair was like white at some point, but it kind of looked almost like he bleached it too much. There was a little green tint to it, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I just remember him having the bleach blonde hair and the green tights. Him and Ace Darling kicking it, running up and down.
I tell you what, though, that dude. I never met his partner. I always interact with him like on Instagram and stuff. But when I was up in New York, I asked him if he wanted to come out and hang out at the show because Crowbar was going to be there. And I guess Crowbar said he's kind of paranoid of the COVID stuff, so he didn't want to come out.
Who, Ace?
Yeah.
That's
but I actually think he was on a business trip that weekend or something. But there's Piers. There's the boss.
What's up, Pete? Pierce never leaves us alone.
She'll leave that up to you. You're gonna leave what up to me, Annette? The Vegemite massage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you don't want to get that Vegemite on your butthole though.
What's up, Lowrider?
Lowrider, what's up, baby? The boys. Yeah, so I was talking to Ron Reese on my podcast that's on the Realm Network, the Get Funk Show, and we were talking about our WCW royalty check. So I still go to the mailbox, from the old video game, get a not quite $20,000, 19 and some change, but they're not what they used to be, but they're still all right.
Well, I mean, hey, just curiosity, since I've never been in WCW, I mean, they paid for your flights. I mean, did you have to drive everywhere, or did they pay for your flights? You had the full ride,
Well, the guys like me down at Power Plant, very few of us had a fucking good deal. We had, I guess, what you could call the Power Plant deal. Paul Orndorff wanted us to learn the business. Well, yeah. I think I told you this before. I never told these guys I was in the independents and doing shows before I got there because I didn't want to get treated any different. I thought they would have treated me different. I thought I would have, I think it would have. And back then, I look at it, it wouldn't have made a difference. But I thought it was going to have a negative impact on me, so I never told them I did anything. But I was always, all the guys were always like, "Man, you're pretty good," and this and that. You catch on quick. I never told a lot of those guys that I did it. So Paul was, I've told you some stories about Paul before. He'd come in there and goes, "Fucking dude, I sell out arenas. I put asses in seats. You fucking guys never done shit." He goes, we're not going to pay for your cars, your hotels. He goes, you guys are going to learn the hard way how this fucking business works. So they did play. We had an open class Wi-Fi, which what I did a lot of times was I would travel. Like sometimes I would drive with Kevin Nash if we were close to Atlanta area. And
is that what the booty shorts?
Yeah. I told you that story. So, yeah, we would actually go to the airport and cash our tickets in. And that's how I would fly home, like for the holidays and stuff, to Ohio. Cause I'd have an open end ticket and I could just, you get cash it in for a paper ticket. And then when me and my wife flew up to Ohio for like, the holidays or whatever, or whenever we wanted, we just used them tickets. So essentially WCW was paying for my airfare for, my personal use too.
Ooh, I didn't get that, bro. I when I was in ECW,
Nah, trust me, it wasn't that great. We had to pay for a hotel. That's why there was 5-6 of us all the time in a rent-a-car and a hotel. Because none of us were making back then. We were only making like $500-$650 a week.
Oh, well, better than I do. I was making like $400-$500 a week. I remember one time, when I was down, I forgot where, man. I remember Paul Heyman came up to me with a suit. He goes, "Hey, man, I really want you to dress up real nice. Put this on." Put on the suit. I'm like, "Man, this is nice, man." He goes, "Hey, put this cap on." And I put the cap on, and then all of a sudden I look, all of a sudden I'm a chauffeur. I'm in a chauffeur outfit. Paul Heyman's like, "Yo, drive me around, man. I want to look important, because once you get a colored guy driving the wheel, man, you are rich." Rich.
That's a fucking shoot kid.
That's a fucking shoot kid, But no, I think I never really paid for anything. I mean, I paid my dues. They paid for my hotel when I was on Ring Crew. I had to do the Ring Crew. I had to do all that when I was in ECW. Then finally, they say, "Hey, we're gonna start flying you." And that's when the tears of joy started coming out, man. Because fucking wrestling gets your head split open and then fucking tearing down the ring, putting up the ring with fucking stitches and shit. Yeah, it was just torture, But
we had to do that too at the power plant.
Really?
But here's what we had to do at the power plant. We actually built the fucking rings from scratch.
Yeah, I thought
Jody Hamilton. Yeah, he used to be up in the other end of the new power plant where they went down the offices. So we'd be in there we'd have to go up there in the middle of fucking training, go up there and, put the fucking goal or the corner post up there. We had to, do all the shit, the drilling, the shit, fucking cutting the wood, putting all the shit together. And Jody was sitting there showing us what to do and stuff. So we literally built the fucking rings from scratch.
God damn. I figured Ted Turner would have his own type of crew doing that type of shit. I guess. Do you think like if I'm just visually seeing like if they wanted you to build the ring and they were like Ted Turner's like, "Hey, you just get some guys to build the ring. Here's the budget," and then you guys are building it for ring and somebody's pocketing in the money? No.
I tell you, I really tell you what I think. I think Jody liked doing it because he. I don't know how to say this. I would say, let's just say this. The rings that Jody had at Deep South were WCW rings. So I think what he was doing was building ring more than what he should have built. And I think he was kind of using them himself,
But didn't you say like they used to be building shit and just leaving shit? Like, fuck it. Like I think you told me a couple stories about that.
Yeah. There was probably a few rings in that building when we left. I mean, when I say a few, probably shit, I don't know, a dozen. Because when they shut down, bro, it like just shut down overnight. And then I remember I talked to some of the production guys that used to be in that warehouse. There was a big warehouse right on the backside of the offices, the main offices. And that shit was filled up with so much shit. There were people walking out of there with fucking boxes of shit. And a lot of guys got like the old pay-per-view banners and shit like that. And I talked to some guys that actually had some. I don't know how the fuck they got a hold of them, but they got them.
Dude, I would have walked out that fucking building with the fucking Oz outfit and the fucking Yeti outfit.
Well, no shit. But the problem with that is when it all happened, we weren't really at the power plant. So it was a real highly secured. You couldn't get into that fucking place. You know what I mean? So you had at each end of the building, you had to go through like 2 security guards to get through the fucking doors just to get into place. And then everywhere you went, dude, there were cameras up and there were fucking people everywhere. So some of these people, I don't know how the fuck they got shit out, but I think they were like the top end people that had access and they kind of used that to their advantage, I guess.
Man, shit, I would have just hollered at fucking Stevie Ray and Booker T. Stevie, man, just play the spoons in front of security. Booker, do the spin-a-rooney.
Yeah.
While I
like-
come out, while I walk out with some shit like posters under my arm while he's doing the spinneroonie, entertaining the security guard.
Well, you know what? That might have been something somebody was doing down there. I don't know. And if Hardbody Harrison, if you ever heard stories about Hardbody Harrison, he may have been one of those guys working the gimmick getting that shit out of there. Because I'm sure Hardbody got some shit.
But yeah, now you told me I heard some stories about him, but the stories that you told me, I'm still like, man, I can't believe the shit that he did. And like I said, I never knew the guy, but I heard a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Hardbody was a hell of a wrestler, bro. He was mostly used for enhancement talent, like on a Saturday night show and stuff. And the motherfucker worked his ass off, and you could not blow this fucking guy up. And he was just one of them fucking guys, bro, that just worked fucking everybody. He wanted to get anything he could fucking get out of you, and he did not give a shit. As long as he didn't have to spend money, he put on shows and used to try to stiff all of us power plant guys of money. We'd go in there and say, motherfucker, give me my money. Like, give me my fucking envelope. Like, you know, and he'd be like, oh, I thought I already paid you. You know, and you know, you're like, fucking Hardbody, you know damn well you didn't pay me, motherfucker. You know, and he just did shit like that all the time. But he essentially fucked himself because you know the story how he's in prison, right?
Yeah, he did something like a prostitution ring, and he fucking had him hostage in the fucking house.
So this fucking guy,
same thing Lowrider does.
Yeah, same thing Lowrider does. That's right. But Lowrider, he's not. Hardbody was out in the open with that shit. You know, Lowrider keeps that shit low key. You know,
on the down low. Yeah. So what you were saying?
Well, Hardbody. Okay, so this motherfucker finds out where I lived, right? So one night I'm out, and you know I was always up late or whatever. I'm out. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking my Doberman, right out. I get to the front yard in the driveway. This motherfucker had one of his whores living in my subdivision. I didn't know it. So he's got like 6 women in the car, bro. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. He pulls up in the driveway. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, hey, dog. He rolls one down. I was like, hey, man, check out these bitches. You know, he's like, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, he's like, hey, this where you live? I said, nah, this ain't my house. I'm just walking the dog. Like, I didn't want that fucker knowing where I was living.
Was he dressed like a pimp?
Nah, he just dressed. He basically was in like tank tops and Pete Paccio said pimps and hoes. He basically was always in a tank top and like fucking Zuba's pants, you know, like them old 80s workout fucking pants.
Dude, I love Zuba.
Oh, I do too.
They still sell them.
Yeah, I know they do. I need to get me a pair. So yeah, he would just pull up there, and then after he figured out that was my house, bro, he was there all the fucking time trying to work the gimmick. And then I'd come home, there'd be a note on the front door. Hey, dog, I stopped by, you wasn't home. You know, I'm like, this motherfucker. My wife's like, I cannot believe this motherfucker knows where we live, because she knew him, and he was just one of them guys. He's rude as fuck. Like, you know, even to your wife, like he'd see her go, man, dog, your wife's fucking nice, man. She got a nice ass. I'm like, Hardbody, it's my fucking wife. Like, watch what the fuck you saying. You know, custom MWA Zubas. I'm all in, man. Let's do it, Charles.
I'm gonna buy me some Zuba pants. Come think of it, I'm gonna look into that.
Yep, Hardbody, you're right, Lowrider. He was. If you ever watched him on a Saturday night show, he used to carve like shit in the back of his head like a Hardbody. He'd have his own figure in the back of his head, like it looked like him, and he had like different shit dyed and set on his head, and he wore like the FloJo pants, I call them, where he had one pant leg cut off and then he had one long leg. But yeah, that was his gimmick.
That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny, man. I never met.
You ever remember seeing him wrestle on a Saturday night?
Hell yeah, I see him wrestle all the time. He reminded me of Brickhouse Brown, just lighter.
Yeah, he was built like a brick shit house, and he was a great fucking worker. He just could not keep his fucking mouth shut. King Mega, what's up, buddy?
This is my partner, King Mega, from Killing the Business. You know, I'm surprised he's awake. Right. You know,
guy's always he's kind of like me. He's in bed by 8 o'clock.
Hell yeah, dude! That dude's always sleeping. Yeah. Yes,
I love DCW Saturday night. Did they have an ECW Saturday night?
I don't know. I was on the road. I never realized if I did.
I'm fucking sleepy. Wake up, Mega. You got to watch the show, baby. This is the initial show and the fucking Kingpin show, baby.
God damn, my computer froze up. Did you see that, bitch? That's some fucked up shit.
Freezing up.
Oh, man. Uh-oh. I gotta fix my internet. That's what happens.
Hey, Charles Glenn, if you're watching, I need to get you on here, man. Fucking Angel's got this fucking – he's on his iPad. Shit's freezing up.
Well, I mean, Alan, I don't think you can handle yourself by yourself. You know.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I can handle myself. I just pull my pants off and sit here in my sleeves.com underwear. Oh yeah, we didn't do the sponsors, did we?
Well, I don't know if we're supposed to do the sponsors. You know, I mean, we haven't
Yeah,
been
I think we
instructed.
are. Piers is probably having a fucking fit.
What the fuck? I mean, we're just starting the show, man. This is the first time we're doing it. We're just trying to get ourselves. I mean, I don't. You know, we're just trying to get ourselves acclimated in this shit. So I mean,
Hey,
he understands.
We'll just do the gimmick, man. Piers is just gonna have to live.
I don't even see the ads in here. That's the sucky part.
Oh, they ain't in there.
They ain't in this
I
motherfucker.
thought I saw them.
Pierce just Pierce,
you're right. They ain't. They're not in
Pierce
there.
fucked up. Pierce fucked up. You know, now he's gonna stress himself out and fucking cry in the corner. He'll probably be in the shower with rosaries.
Well, you know, we'll just have to give him a plug anyway. The wrestlinguniverse.com, baby. If you want autographed 8x10s, t-shirts, dolls, or action figures. I'm sorry. You go to the wrestlinguniverse.com and check them out, man.
Well,
he's like,
fucking
yes,
Pierce
sponsor
put the
plugs.
Well, this motherfucker needs to put it up.
We don't have nothing on our brand, Piers. Come on, man. We're professionals here. We're used to working with professionals. Fuck.
Jesus Christ. It's whatever, man. Hey, like I said, this is the first show. I'm not plugging shit. You know,
I'm plugging it while we're talking. Sleeves.com, baby. You want some dirty boxers? Go to sleeves.com. MWA Pod is your 10% discount, baby.
The only thing I'm plugging is Glenn's butt plug sponsorship.
Hey, Sexton, get your girlfriend's thumb out of your butt and help us out here, man. Give us some. Dude, we need some sponsor stuff here.
Let me explain something. Before he had a girlfriend, ring, you can pick up the phone, click, click. Yo, what's up, man? How's everything? Now that she got his fucking finger, she got his finger up his ass, tickling the prostate, gone. Ghost. Ghost. He's just biting the pillow with his ass up in the air when you scratch a cat's butt and he's like the cat's
or the dog shaking the leg, he's like
I know, he is gone, bro. He is hard to find, man. That's what happens though. Like Johnny Rod said, pussy pulls more than a tugboat.
Shit, you got that right.
You know.
I call my buddy PW pussy whoop.
I mean, there's nothing wrong being pussy whipped, man, but you gotta, I mean, like I said, I mean, the worst thing is being like, when I was married, that was the worst, not experience, but like when I wasn't getting paid, I was going on the road, I was spending more money than I was bringing in. And every day, man, I used to have to drive from New York City to wherever. And she used
turbulence, man, with the relationship, right?
Yeah, and she used to gripe. And picture just driving 24 hours after your wife chews you out and you're fucking smoking and smoke coming out of your ears and you're all pissed off. It sucks, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Then all you want to do is fucking, you got that on your mind. You want to get it off your chest. So if you're with your fucking traveling buddy, he's fucking tired of hearing it,
Yeah. Sitting there fucking just hearing you bitch about your wife, Oh yeah, she doesn't support me and she thinks my career sucks. Yeah, I've been there, done that, man. I've been there, done that.
Shit. I used to bitch to Mike about my ex-wife. Hell, we had a great relationship till we got married, and then fucking, it'd go a week, no sex, and then 2 weeks, and 2 months. And Mike's like, "Look, bro, I don't want to tell you this, but your fucking wife's cheating on you." I was like, "Nah, she ain't cheating on me." And she was fucking cheating on me. He was right.
Well, no, my wife was cheating on me too, man. She kicked me out, took my key. And sleeping on my mom's sofa, and then boom, pay-per-view. Then I started making the money. Not great money, but now I was making money. And then she calls me, "Hey, I'm happy for you. I'm so proud of you, bitch." After you fucking kicked me the fuck out, now you want to sleep on my mom's
couch?
Fuck no, bro. The Kingpin is a single man now. And that's when Fat Rat City just started fucking like mountains coming out of the ocean.
Hey, Pierce said, yes, I did. He did put the things up.
I didn't see shit. That motherfucker's
I didn't
lying.
see shit either. I think he might have put it up on somebody else's brand.
He thinks I'm fucking gifted in this fucking tech. I only know the basics. He should have had it prepared.
Well, what if we go to somebody else? Can we go to somebody else's brand and get it off there?
I ain't fucking with it because it's gonna fuck up the whole show. What are you doing?
What's that? It's going to change our background. There, yeah.
See, told you. There you go. Gift funked. You just put that there. See, this is what I like.
But okay, Well, you want to plug them, and then we'll go back to our brand.
Plug who? Get Funked? Oh yeah, definitely check out
No,
Get
no.
Funked. What?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about our sponsors.
Well, I mean, WrestlingUniverse.com. You already put them over, man. They're definitely a great store in shit. Ain't they in Queens? Anyway, who gives a shit? Like you said, you plugged them real good. They're in Queens. You get all the wrestling memorabilia. You get autographs from pro wrestlers. Sleeves.com. If you love your dick and you want to put in the nice material on it, check out Sleeves.com. Health Vape. Yeah. Definitely jump on the Health Vape if you don't want to smoke and you want to live the life of healthiness. Puff away on Health Vape. Until then,
vitamin infused vaping.
There you go. Even Laura is like, yo, this is a fucked up show, man. These motherfuckers.
He's laughing his ass off.
I know, because Pierce was like, yes, I did. Look, I don't give a fuck. Hey, everybody knows this show is uncut, uncensored. We shoot from the hip and have fun. That's what makes it entertaining.
You know this guy here, Tough Guy, or what's his Tough Guy? He's been on here before, right?
I never met the guy. I mean, I probably do know him, but he's incognito.
What's going on, buddy?
Tough
Guy's 28. Thanks for watching, buddy.
I appreciate it.
So now we get. I just looked at the meter up here. We got 2,000 people joining us. So we're getting some people watching the show already for the first show.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It's moving up. It's moving up like my stats in wrestling.
It's moving up like the royalty checks, baby.
I'm moving up on the card, baby. But you know one thing about the thing I missed the most, Puerto Rico. You ever wrestled in Puerto Rico?
I didn't. I was supposed to go there. Well, you wrestled for Victor, right?
I wrestled for Victor. He would have loved you.
Well, here's the thing. Johnny Ace told me when he fired me, oh, yeah, I'll help you get the Japan kid. I'll get you down to Puerto Rico, this and that. I called him 45 times and the fucker never answered my phone, never returned back. So I actually got to Japan then with the guy that died, Jerry Toot the Wall. He got me over there all Japan, so I started wrestling in Japan then.
Oh, okay.
But I have talked to David Flair. Was you over there when David Flair was over there
in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
No, I never crossed paths with David Flair. I was there when D'Lo Brown and Chaz was there. Okay. Big Russ McCullough. Who else was down there? That's it, really. I mean, Lobo from Canada. He was down there. It was just a Glamour Boy Shane, a hell of a worker. Man, that dude, he was the star down there. He was the Ric Flair.
Yeah, there were some good workers down there, right? And they never really done much, right?
Well, he did go to WCW. He went to TNA and he did some ref gimmick. I forgot the angle, but he was a hell of a worker. They just didn't use him because I don't know, man. He was a fucking awesome worker, and he still is to this day. I loved wrestling him. I still got tapes. VHS tapes. For you guys out there, VHS tapes were around before DVDs, but I had some good matches.
Now, what about Apollo? He was from Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, Apollo was cool, man. He was a good dude. I had some. Did I wrestle him? I never wrestled him, but we hung out, because I was working because I couldn't be Angel. They said, oh, we already have an Angel. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But I'm I felt insulted because I'm from ECW. I'm the Kingpin Angel, and he goes, oh yeah, but we already have one. So we're gonna call you the New Yorican Baldy. What the fuck?
The New Rican Baldy?
New Yorican Baldy. I remember, yeah, and I'm like, fuck it, whatever, man. Call me Big Lip Johnson if you want to fucking call me that.
Well, hell, at least you had the Baldy in there.
Yeah, but I loved it. I had a good time. I mean, what was so entertaining, it was watching Victor just drool over the boys. I mean,
yeah,
he was a closet, I mean, it's his business, but it was still funny because he used to
wasn't really a closet fag though, was he?
What? That's in the video game.
Oh, yeah, I meant the video game thing.
He was living the alternate lifestyle, and he was very open about it in Puerto Rico. Okay. And he preferred the a company of Caucasian males that looked very youthful.
So he didn't like David Flair then.
He loved like people like really young looking, really blonde hair, blue eyes.
Well, he wouldn't like me then.
Yeah, he wouldn't. I don't know, man. With those shit. Remember, you told me about the Kevin Nash Boom Boom short story. That definitely would have.
Hey, if you get Kevin Nash's attention, I probably would have got Victor's attention.
Oh yeah, but dude, I remember these two guys, Ross and Craven. They was from Texas, and they were typical blonde hair, blue eye, all American boys.
Yeah.
They come down to, and dude, these are the type of white guys, and I'm just saying white guys because they just flew to Puerto Rico, like in the movies when the guys go, I went to Hollywood and I stayed on the bench because I knew I was gonna make it, that type of shit.
Yeah.
They flew to Puerto Rico and stayed on the beach, sleeping on the beach to work for Victor. I felt bad for them, and I said, nah, brother, you can't be sleeping on the beach. Why don't you stay in the whole, in the fucking condo with us? Fuck that. Stay with us.
Yeah.
So we made him stay with us. And then every time Victor drank, every time he was drunk and knocking the couple, he just kept looking at
So you were staying in a condo with Victor?
No, I was staying in the room. My room was with Lobo, Anarchy, Dutch Mantel, and those two guys slept in the living room. We were sharing one room. Anarchy slept in the walk-in closet. Yeah. I thought it was a rib because when I showed up, Lobo was in there because the other guy left, and he goes, hey, this is your bed. And then I saw the closet door open and close. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he goes, oh, that's Anarchy. What's he doing in there? That's his room. So when I opened the fucking room, the door, it's a walk-in closet, and it had like one of those twin mattress and a little miniature TV on a table. And I'm like, come on, you're ribbing me, right? This dude's not staying in the closet, right? He goes, no, yeah, he sleeps in the closet. He was like a young boy, basically. Damn. So he was doing all Victor's errands and stuff like that, and there were a bunch of guys doing that. But so every time we went out to eat, the Savio and all the boys used to switch the desks, the chairs, so they could sit next to Victor. So as Victor's drinking, they just like watching him, just licking their lips. And Victor's like, yo, I can make you heavyweight champion, massaging his shoulders, oh, you work out, man. You strong, man. You strong. And then he was like, man, Ainge, I can't deal with this motherfucker. I'm tired of him touching me. But it will make you heavyweight champion. You will hold the strap. He goes, how come he doesn't bother you? He doesn't like chocolate.
Shit.
It has a bitter taste.
Cena then, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have loved that. I said, I'm too dark. So he never fucked with me. He never fucked with me. I could sit in the same room with him and not have to worry about nothing. But if he was with those guys, he'd be like, he'll do the Basic Instinct because he used to wear a robe and nothing underneath. And he'd just do the Basic Instinct.
he'd open his legs, cross them.
See that burlap sack just fall hanging down there. So yeah, I mean, I liked Victor. I loved Victor. He never treated me wrong. It's just the stories being the looking from the outside in and watching the shenanigans. I was entertained. Yeah. Now the people inside was
Carlito's dad was running stuff down there too, right? Or no?
Yeah. He was running some shows. I never worked for him, and I didn't want to work for him. Nothing negative. It's just too many. Like, oh man, you got to wait for your check. He's always gambling the money. I'll pay you next week. I just couldn't. I couldn't do that. I wanted to.
Victor get along?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I never heard any negative stories about him, but because they were competitors. But I mean, and the weird thing is there was only two companies basically there, so everybody just always flip flopped. Like if you were done in IWA, you jumped to Vic Carlos's organization, and then the same talent does the same thing. So it was always like swapping back and forth. I just was never going to go to Carlos. I just didn't want to deal. Come thinking, I remember seeing. Yeah. I saw Mustafa. Mustafa was in a parking lot by my building, and I bumped into, hey, brother, what's going on? And that's when he told me, yeah, I'm working for him. He's just said, you got to chase after your money, and then he gambles it away at the casino, and then he says he's going to pay you next week, and then he doesn't pay you. Dude, oh, shit. Fucking
independent, right?
Yeah, man, I just couldn't deal with it, man. So I said, fuck it. I'd rather just stay with Victor. But then I left Victor on not bad terms. I just couldn't deal with the bullshit down there either. So I just bounced.
So how long were you down there for then?
Maybe like 6 months. No, yeah, like six or 5 months. I just got tired of it.
Wasn't it like dangerous down there from what I hear?
Not for me. I'm Puerto Rican. Maybe for you.
Oh, well, I mean, I always heard it was like fucking crime was bad down there and just shit like that.
No, I didn't see no drama down there. I mean, there was no problems. Yeah, there's crime everywhere, man. And, anywhere you go, if you go on the wrong side of town, you're going to bump into some serious shit. But in Puerto Rico, I mean, dude, I had a blast. Ate good, had the celebrity status, because, just like in Japan, all the fans see you and they come in autographs. So there was no like crime that you think like you're gonna be like walk the streets and you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
I was good. I was okay. I had a great time all the time. That's my country, you know. Now, like I said, I will not go into certain neighborhoods that I don't belong. That's like I said, anywhere. You know, it's just like if I went around your neighborhood, if I see banjos picking and guys with straws sticking out their mouth,
Shit.
what the fuck? Hey, Jebediah, look
Hey,
what we
man,
got here.
Listen, I got a Black Lives Matter flag flying on my front porch.
There's probably a lot of things flying in your back porch.
Shit.
On trees and everything.
Yeah, man. In a video game, yeah.
In a video game. But no, but you know, that's the funny thing. When I went to Alabama, and of course, you know, I was with the boys DeVito and everybody's Italian, and then we go into a small hick town, not being mean, and then typical stereotype type of setting, and they go, "Hey, Angel, why don't you ask for directions?" Hell no. You get out and ask for directions.
You need to be in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. That's a different fucking area right there. We used to rest up there every Friday, and it was fucking crazy. Hell, I was even scared up there.
How backward town that it was.
Dude, one night I had so much heat in this building. People were fucking chasing me through the halls of the army with fucking knives and probably guns. They had to call every fucking police and deputy in that county to fucking come and get me. I was hidden under a desk in a fucking room that they had them stacked up. I fucking go in this, like I thought it was a closet. I open this door. I crawl in the floor all through these desks and chairs and trying to hide from the fucking mob. Finally, the cops get there, like deputies and stuff. And I'm like, don't shoot. Here I come. And they're like, I said, you got to fucking take me in my car, bro. So they had to escort me to the fucking car. Like, I really thought I was going to die that night.
But what kind of promo did you cut?
Oh, dude. I used to be so fucking bad. Like, I got so much heat that, I thought I was going to get fired from WCW this night because everybody's like, fuck, dude. Everybody. Burt Prentice was in rest in peace, Burt. He just passed away recently. He was always in charge of those shows. So he was always up there at the Nashville area. So Burt was fucking hot, dude. He fucking was pissed. So I thought he was going to, call the office, say this fucking guy caused a fucking riot. Every cop in 3 counties are over here, fucking had to escort him out. So I get back to the power plant. I'm like, Paul, check out this shit, man. And I knew Paul was going to love it. So I'm telling Paul, look, man, I had to fucking hide in this room under these desks. Fucking every cop in the fucking 3 counties had to show up and escort me in the car. They were going to kill me. Paul's like, fuck yeah, kid, that's fucking heat. He's like, that's the fucking kind of heat I used to fucking get. He's like, that's fucking heat, brother. And he was fucking loved it. So I was like, shit, yeah, I'm fucking good. I was like, fuck Burt Prentice. Fucking Paul said it was fucking heat.
Dude, I did that in Puerto Rico when Dutch Mantel came out to me when I first got there, and he goes, I need you to cut an ECW promo in Spanish. Now I speak Spanish, but I'm not like the most articulate person. So when I cut the same thing, I caught a promo and I called them, cursed at them and did an ECW promo. They surrounded the building. They were climbing up in the, there was bars on the window, climbing up on the bar saying, I'm going to kill you. And then of course I was kind of similar. They were like, oh, that's some good heat. That's this type of shit you need. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to. And they were shaking my car when they finally got me in the car. They were shaking my car. I'm like, what the fuck,
They throw any batteries at you? I always heard they threw batteries in Puerto Rico.
No, I never saw batteries. I saw Vic Grimes get hit in the mouth with a golf ball. And that fucked him up. That was funny.
Fuck yeah, a golf ball. I don't know. You remember the old tag team, the Batten brothers, Bart and Brett, or they used to wrestle in Puerto Rico back in the day.
Yeah, they had a white streak in his hair.
Yeah, he might have had.
One of the dudes, I remember.
He when I first got into wrestling, I used to work with them guys on some shows up in Ohio, and they used to love working with me and my partner because a lot of those guys on any shows, they're not really built, and we knew how to work and stuff too, So they used to love working with us, but they used to tell us stories, man, about Puerto Rico, and that's why I was always afraid to go down there. I was like, well, fuck, because I know I can get some fucking heat, especially if I'm fucking being a heel. He's like, oh, dude, the fucking people used to throw batteries at us, and we'd have to like fucking be dodging batteries. One hit my brother in the head and fucking about knocked him out, and they said that shit was dangerous down there.
Like I said, I never had a problem down there. I mean, besides that little story, but there was like no drama. I mean, it was good work. It was easy. It was old school wrestling. I loved it.
Yeah,
Good
I would have
people.
loved one to Puerto Rico because being a wrestler, I mean, any time you get a chance to go anywhere you want to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
You're
yeah,
right.
I wanted to go everywhere, man. I wanted to fucking wrestle wherever I could get.
Dude, you know what's funny though? You just brought up something a little while ago about DDP. When I first
Yeah,
met him in Puerto Rico, all I said to the motherfucker was, I was tying my boots, and I said, "Hey, Diamond, how you doing? I'm doing good." And for 35 minutes, that motherfucker talked to me about yoga this
yeah.
and yoga that. I
What
thought I
year
was
was
gonna.
that?
This was in 2000. It was before September 11th, so it was like 2000.
Yeah, that's probably about the time he just started that shit too. I think.
Yeah, and he's promoting the shit out, and I'm like, bro, I wanted to say something, but I was like, I'm not gonna, and I just sat there, man, and then just fucking blood coming out of my ears hearing this, and plus he had those fucking fake teeth that he had on, and he's
Fake
just
choppers.
and he's just chipping away about yoga, and I'm saying there's nothing wrong, but dude, after 35 minutes of hearing that motherfucker talk about yoga, I just wanted to fucking stick a broomstick up my ass and fall backwards.
Well, here's the thing about Paige, man. And it's in WCW. It was a lot of guys were like this, but Paige was amplified 10 fucking times. As long as you talked about him and whatever he wanted to talk about, he'll have a conversation with you. But if you talk about yourself or something else, he ain't interested, bro. He's got to talk about himself and himself only.
No, yeah, because that's the only experience I had with him, and that was the last time I wanted to talk to him because he was killing me. Yeah.
So here's the thing in WCW. I don't even know if I should tell you this. So they got a thing where everybody calls these guys the FOP, Friends of Paige. And this is how fucked up Paige is. He will tell you what you're getting him for Christmas. He'll tell you what you're getting him for fucking his birthday. I want to fucking, like, I remember somebody, and I'm not going to mention the name, told me when he got married, he's like, you need to buy, I want this 52-inch flat screen TV. This is what you're buying me for my wedding gift. Like, and they would fucking do it.
What if you didn't do it? You lose your membership?
You weren't an FOP anymore. Yeah, revoke your FOP membership.
Let me explain something to you. If he would have done that to me, I would have been like, no worries, Paige. Knock me out of your FOP. I'm going to take your wife and do OPP.
Shit, he would have probably let you anyway. I'm going to get, you know what? That's what I'm going to use these podcasts for. Just get heat with all the boys.
I don't give a fuck. It's not like he's going to call me. Oh, hey, brother, how's everything? Shit. I don't give two shits.
If he calls me, I'll tell him to kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Because you ever heard the story about him getting in a fight with Scotty Steiner backstage?
No, I never heard that. Please do tell.
So, well, we're in, I think it was Virginia. So we're in the locker room, and here Paige had all day. He was brewing up, right? All right, King Mega, thanks, buddy. He's got my back. So, and we're all in the same locker room, and Steiner's in the locker room because I remember I was fucking with him in the locker room that day. So Paige had all day brewing like he wanted to fight this guy, right? You're in the locker room with nobody holding you back. Why don't, if you're such a badass, then fucking fight him. He's right there. So he waited till Steiner goes out to the ring. He's cutting a promo, but Steiner's fucking shooting on him, man. He's talking about his wife being a fucking bitch and blah, 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 right on TV. And so here comes Paige. Fit Finley standing there, so I'm standing out there. I'm like, I got to get in front row seat of this. I got to see what the fuck's going to happen because I knew I could smell something going on. So I'm standing there. Soon as Steiner comes down the steps off the fucking, stage, like where the go position is, he comes down. Paige like tries to jump on him. Fucking Steiner tackles that motherfucker, and he's just pounding his fucking head. Like, I mean, do you really think you're going to beat up Scotty Steiner? And he's a world-class fucking, shoot fighter. You know what I mean? Like, the motherfucker was an all-American wrestler at, I hate to say it, but in Michigan. And it's guaranteed fucking Paige ain't whooping his ass. And what I'm saying is he had the opportunity to do it in the locker room all day when nobody was going to fuck with him. It'd have been him and him fighting one-on-one, and he would have got his ass fucking handed to him. But he waits till he knew Finley and all these guys were out there, and he knew everybody was going to jump in because he's a fucking bitch. That's a fucking bitch move right there. So,
goddamn.
And, he knew everybody was going to break the fight up. That's why he was – fuck it, I'll go up there then, because that's what he wanted everybody to break it up and stuff because he knew he'd get his ass beat. So that's the story behind that. And some people say Dallas got the better of him, but I don't think Dallas hit him one fucking time.
I just think, I thought that motherfucker had a bad back, man. If Steiner would have grabbed him and fucking plexed him right on his fucking neck, I think it would have been his ass.
If it would have just been him and him fighting, yeah, Steiner probably would have fucking paralyzed the son of a bitch. But, like I said, there was, as soon as it started, Finley jumps on him and I think Terry Taylor and a bunch of other guys. So he knew it wasn't going to get that far. But he did get tagged a few times. I seen that. But I don't think Steiner really hit him good either because he's trying to hit him as everybody's jumping in. You know what I mean?
What was his brother? Rick?
I don't think he was even around, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Oh, I just figured they would have just tag team on Diamond Dallas Page.
Well, come on, bro. They didn't need his brother's help for that.
Oh, I know, but when you see a brother in action, you're gonna just go and stomp the yard.
I see what you're saying, but there was that'd be a little overkill, because either one of those guys would fucking, bend him like a fucking twig, So
I would have loved to watch that. Definitely, I would have been eating some popcorn. I'd be like, ooh.
I can't say I didn't want to see Dallas get his ass beat because I think, did I tell you a story about him in the car with me and Jindrak that one time?
No.
So we're at a show and we're somewhere up Midwest, up maybe Indiana or somewhere. So Ross Foreman, which is he used to write for the WCW magazine and he was like a PR guy. So I used to travel with him a lot. Me and Jindrak and Mike Sanders became friends with him because he always let us use his rent-a-cars or his hotels because he got shit paid for it because of his office. We didn't. So he, once we got on TV and stuff, we became friends with him and, we'd room with him or use his rent-a-car. He'd always alter his schedule a little bit so he could meet us at the airport and pick us up and that kind of shit, So he was friends with Paige and he was in the FOP. So he tells Dallas, yeah, he'll take Dallas to the hotel. So me and Jindrak, and then there's this guy named Scotty Oberhausen was in the car with us. So we're in the back seat. When we get in the back seat, I'm behind Paige in the passenger side. He puts his fucking seat as far as it goes in the back. My knees are fucking up here like this. I'm fucking sitting in the car. I can't move. I said, hey, Paige, I said, you mind pulling the seat up a little bit, buddy? I said, I can't fucking move. He's like, no, bro, I got to put ice on my knees. I was like, well, dude, can you fucking please pull the seat up a little bit? I fucking literally can't breathe. I'm asking him nice. And, back then I had to eat a shit sandwich and fucking like it because, if Paige got mad, him and Nash might have been on the book then. All he had to do was go in there and say, fuck this guy, get rid of him. And they probably would have got rid of me, So I'm sitting there trying to be nice about it. So I was like, well, fuck it. He's like, hey, bro, I'm DDP. I need ice on my knee. I'm watching the fucking show. I need my room. Me and Jindrak are sitting there, and Jindrak's like 6'4".
Yeah.
Mark's like, this motherfucker ain't moving the seat up. This is bullshit. And so, and I was talking to Mark about that on my podcast when Mark was on there. And I said, if that was now today and Paige did that shit, I'd break that fucking seat. I'd pull that motherfucker out by his throat and I'd beat the fucking shit out of him. Cause I wouldn't put up with that shit now. I'm not in the business anymore. I don't need his approval to keep a fucking job. So that shit just sit wrong with me. And I've had heat with that motherfucker ever since.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
That's a fucking shoot, kid. And if Paul was here, I'd fucking kick DDP's ass fucking naked with my fucking flip-flops on.
There you go.
Fuck that son of a bitch.
Fuck that, dude. I'll whoop you. I'll pay for that. Just see you whip his ass butt naked, and then after you're done with him, then do the earthquake splash on him. Boom,
damn
boom.
right.
Teabag him right in the face.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Oh, dude, that's.
But
awesome.
Unfortunately, back then, dude, you
had to eat shit sandwich.
Yeah, you had to. I mean, there was no way around it. It's just the way it fucking was.
It was politics.
Yeah, you got to play the game a little bit. I didn't work hard to get somewhere, and to have a dickhead like that, fucking have me go out of business.
Well, but see, that's the funny thing, man. I was watching a video. Somebody just showed it to me on Facebook of Buzz Sawyer. And I love Buzz Sawyer, badass motherfucker. But he slammed the guy rolled on his stomach, and he just did some fucking elbow that you could tell it was a straight shoot, full blown, boom, just fuck that dude up.
I think I've seen that video. Yeah,
bro. If it was me now, I'd be like, oh. It's like that. Oh, we're kicking it up a notch. I see. Yeah,
well, I never did understand shit like that unless you really got fucking heat with somebody and they know that's going to happen in the match. To me, there's really no call for that shit. If you got a problem with somebody, take care of that shit. Fight each other before the fucking match like we used to when we were kids, and then fucking shake hands and be buddies and get in the ring and fucking wrestle, you know?
Yeah, but you know how the business is, man. You're like, oh, he hasn't earned a spot. You know, he's not part of. We don't feel like he's part of the team. You know what I mean? Like you had to like,
yeah, definitely.
He shouldn't be in the ring with me. Fuck this dude. So sometimes you had to like, okay, let's see what happens. And that's what I mean. Back then, I would have been like, I would have ate a shit sandwich. Now, as the years went on, I was like, hell no. If that would have happened to me, I would have took a deep breath, got up, dust myself off, and it's on. It's on.
Well, a lot of those situations, you hear these guys like, they play armchair quarterback, I guess, for lack of a better term. They're like, well, why didn't he do this or that? Well, when you're a young kid, sometimes you just got to fucking take it. I mean, you can fight back a little bit, but you got to be careful,
Yeah, man, your career will be over. I mean, that's the only thing about. But dude, you know what's funny? Let me tell you this: how different it is from then and now. So apparently, when I don't even want to bring up no names, but apparently in TNA Impact, like you can't even talk about getting color. You can't say, "Hey, we want you to do color." Reason why is because it's politically incorrect, because you might offend the person, because the person might say, well, I had issues when I was a kid and I used to like to self-inflict, cut myself, and and that fucked me up. You can't even come out the locker room if he was cutting a promo, like doing a promo, and hey, shut the fuck up. We're filming here. You have to come out. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, please be quiet. We're filming a promo right now, so please tone it down. You can't because you'll get in trouble with that. You can't even send text messages. You can't joke around like you used to,
God dang. Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's the way the world's gotten, man, it fucking drives me nuts. It's too much. I understand being fucking respectful a little bit, but fuck, it's too much.
No, I think wrestling got watered down. I think wrestling is just, look, put it this way. Every wrestler that's in the business now, and again, I'm not putting myself over, but I think, knowing me back then, if I had certain people, and AJ Styles and Ricochet, they're great workers, but I'm talking about certain people. I'm like, okay, we're going to test the waters and see how tough this guy is. It's just almost like the Steve Regal and Goldberg situation. Even though they say, no, I was working. No, that shit was a shoot. I could tell he was shooting on that motherfucker because he knew he was out the door. So he says, fuck it, and blew that motherfucker up.
Dude, Steve Regal's a badass,
Hell, fucking yeah, bro. He could even do the jackknife. He was blown up. That's how blown up he was. Because I remember when he
watching that match. I loved it.
Oh yeah, and he's no, I wasn't. I was working. That's not true. I didn't do that on purpose. Bullshit. You could tell he's like, yo, I'm out the door. I'm gonna make this motherfucker work. He'll get his stuff in, but at the end,
yeah. That just showed you in like Evan Craig just fucking almost wearing Bill out backstage. In Texas when Bill got in his face or whatever. Evan Craig's like 180 fucking pounds. And that just, shit like that just, if you're not that fucking tough, don't act like you're that tough. You're in the wrestling business. You know what I mean?
No, I know I'm not that tough, but I know I fucking I'll take the ass whipping and I'll just face the consequences, but I ain't backing down from a fight.
Well, that's like me too. Like, I told you that story with Rick Steiner was fucking me in the locker room. I'm not going to back down. Yeah, maybe he whipped my ass. Maybe I get a couple good shots in. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can't be a bitch. You got to fucking, in that situation, you got to fucking, just say fuck it,
Oh, yeah, man. You know what you should do next time? If you ever get into a fight with them, just carry a little bit of MCT oil in your bag. Say, motherfucker, you want to take this out? You want to take this in the bathroom? You want to, and then just fucking spray it on the floor. Spray it on the floor. And just start pounding on him while he slips on that fucking MCT oil.
No, I'm cool with Rick Steiner. Me and Rick always got along after that, but I hear what you're saying. That I don't think he really wanted to fight me. I think he was just fucking with me. So, but he, I did get respect from him when I didn't back down from him, so that was a good thing.
Dude, though, I saw that. The reason I mentioned that is because you remember the show The Rockford File?
Yeah, I remember this.
Well, the motherfucker, he was being followed by this big old muscle head, and he's like, oh, fuck, this guy's going to fuck me up. So he went in the bathroom and took the soap off the dispenser, and he fucking put water in it, and he put it on the floor. in front of the door all the way to a certain point. And then when the guy came in, he's like, come on, motherfucker, come on. And when the guy stepped in, slip, he bust his ass. And that's when Rockford was just whooping his ass, you know.
He hit his head on the floor and shit.
Oh, yeah, it was fucking funny, though. I said, wow, that's a great idea, man.
That's a good gimmick. Well, believe it or not, in TNA, they had me slip on a banana peel.
How the hell is that? Like, legitimately?
Yes, legit. There was a banana peel outside the ring, and I was chasing. Who the hell did I even work? I think I worked. His name was Jorge Estrada. He was one of the Flying Elvises with Sonny Siaki and Jimmy Wang Yang.
Yeah.
You remember that gimmick in TNA?
Yeah, I remember that.
So me and him were wrestling a singles match, and he had well, her wrestling name was Priscilla, but she's her name is Joni. She was I think she might even have been one of Lawler's ex-girlfriends, maybe. I'm not really sure. But so she was out there in the match, and I think I was chasing her around the ring. And then Jorge come running at me, and I went around the ring post, and they had a banana there, and I slipped on it. And, you know, they even commentators like, oh, I fucking took a bump on the fucking banana peel, and I take a big bump on the fucking mat. And then that's how I lost the match.
That is tremendous. Tremendous.
But
I would have put it over.
Well, they could have put it over a lot more than they did, but, you know, it didn't get over like they wanted to.
That's classic, man. I never had that. I mean, I never slipped on no banana peel. You know,
I ain't falling for no banana in a tailpipe trick.
I'm not gonna fall for a banana in a tailpipe. You know, it's funny. Let me tell you a good story. I remember one time when we were in ECW, Vito was wrestling. We were in Virginia. I think, it was like a Virginia, North Carolina. I can't remember, but in that area. And Vito was wrestling Taz. And Vito stiffed Taz with a chair shot to the back of the head, and he fucking split Taz's head open. So he has a scar in the back of his head. So as a receipt, when Vito was apologizing and stuff like that, which, you know, it was a huge argument. Balls Mahoney took a fucking padlock, master lock, and fucking locked his fucking wrestling bag to a fucking radiator, and and left him there. And he's like, "Who the fuck will fuck with my bag?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't know." You know, I didn't want to switch up the boys, and I'm just like, "I don't know."
So Balls did that shit.
Yeah, Balls used to do a lot of shit. Like one time, Vito went up to him, and Balls is one of those guys. He always took care of me. He never hurt me, but he's one of those guys. Like if you went up to him and said, "Hey, brother, take it easy with the chair shot," you know.
Yeah.
Then he's like, "What? Okay, motherfucker." So when Vito came up to say, "Hey, man, you know, be careful. No, don't hit me too hard with the chair." And when Vito left, I'm sitting there getting my gimmick on. He's like, "This motherfucker just said, okay, now I'm kicking it up a notch." So he fucking closed the fucking chair, and he put like 5 zip ties, those fucking industrial string zip ties you get in the fucking janitor's office, and he fucking put 5 on each side. So the video shows when Vito gets hit in the back by Axel, Vito steps forward, and you see the fucking chair explode, and you can see the zip ties just go, that's how hard he hit him, and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, CTE City,
I
baby.
work with Balls. Actually, I work with Balls, Vito, and Pat, Simon Diamond.
Yeah, I Kenny.
We did a show for Sabu was on a show. It was his uncle Ed Farhat, which was the original Sheik. He used to put on some shows in Michigan. So I used to do shows with all those guys up there. They always had the Sheik was on the show, you know, the Iron Sheik. And then they had Abdullah the Butcher, but they had a lot of the ECW guys up there. They actually had Sonny, I think, was up there one night. She got all fucked up.
Was she naked?
She was probably naked. She was with Sandman, and who else was she with? There was actually a girl I met up there from Ohio, and the Sandman talked her into. And me, I don't like getting in all that bullshit, so I was staying in the hotel room. And she said, "Well, he invited me up to the room. They're having, you know, like a little party." I said, "Well, go ahead and go. I'm staying right here." So she went up there for a minute, and she's like, she come back down, is like, "Holy fuck!" She goes, "I thought I was fucking crazy, but I couldn't handle the shit they were doing in that room." And
Dude.
Sandman was in there, and Sabu, and you know, Balls, and I can't remember who else was up there, but
was he picking a beer bottle? Was Sandman picking a beer bottle up with his ass?
Dude, I have no idea. She was just like,
"Fuck, I got a story to tell you."
What's that?
Like same type of story. What I used to do is that when I stayed at the hotel room, if the boys were on the second floor, I used to stay on the third floor, always on the other side of the building. You know, I always try to stay. I always try to stay away from it. I was always part of the shenanigans, but when I wanted a break, I wanted to have my own space. So one day they were like, "Yo, dude, you got to come out to, come to 252 for what, dude? You got to come see this shit." So I come downstairs, and the door was already open because it had the gimmick, the bolt gimmick. Yeah. So when you close the door, so I knock on the door, come in. I literally open the door, and right in front of me, straight ahead, this fucking Sandman on the fucking dresser, butt naked, squatting, picking beer bottles up with his ass full, so he couldn't clench on it, so the bottle will fall and go clink, clink, fuck. And he tried to grab it again, clink, 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 fuck. I'm like, I said, thank God I didn't have camera phones back then, bro. I would have been filming that shit.
God dang.
You know? And I was like, Hack, what the fuck you doing? They told me I couldn't pick a full beer bottle up with my ass.
who was in the room with him?
It was me. I gotta close my eyes. It was just Chris Chetty, Denny, just a bunch of the boys, just there, just watching the entertainment, just watching it, a bunch of rats in there. It was just this, I said I like watching train wrecks and shit. That's one thing I like to watch, it's shit like that, And so I think King Mega was picture what?
Sorry, go ahead, man.
I was just saying, I thought I saw King Mega in there, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure King Mega was probably in there. I was just saying, I just saw a picture where these guys just took an autograph sign. You see that picture with Sandman, Just Incredible? Who else was in this fucking picture? A couple of the old ECW originals. Fuck, I can't remember who all was in this picture now. But Sandman looked pretty rough, bro. He looks a lot rougher than the rest of them fuckers.
Oh yeah, dude. He's struggling, man. I mean, I like Sandman, but yeah, he's living a rough life, man. But it is what it is, man. I mean, it's part of the business. I mean, he's still breathing, kicking. So what else can we do?
I know Sarge had a story with Sandman, and you guys called him Hacked in ECW too.
Yeah, we called him Hack.
That was his nickname or what?
I think Hack is his real name.
Oh, okay, because that's what they called him in WCW when he came there.
Yeah, I think Hack's his shoot name.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that, but I remember Sarge told me a story with him that was kind of fucked up when he came to ECW or WCW, and I can't remember what the story was. I have to go back and listen to Sarge, and then I'll have to tell you that story later.
All right, man. Well, we could leave that for the next show, man. I mean, we only got 3 minutes left. First of all, I want to tell everybody thanks for showing up. First of all, this is just an opening show. We're just shooting the shit. There's going to be a lot of more entertaining things. We might have guests. We have different topics. We might talk about movies. We might talk about Pierre's receding hairline. We might talk about a lot of things. But right now,
about Glenn with his butt plug.
There you go. But that's it. This show right now is just getting acclimated, letting you guys know that we're together. The Kingpin show is kicking off. I think it would have been I like the name better than Kingpin Funkin'.
Kingpin Funkin'.
Yeah, I think that this was better, man. I don't want that bad reputation. But hey, man,
Mega wanted to call it the Mother Funkin' Kingpin show.
That's too much.
Yeah. I like the Funkin' show. I mean, it's got both our names in it. It sounds like it sounds cool, I think.
Hey, and like I said, we're just knocking the bugs out because just like every time I kept looking, I keep seeing Pierce sending me messages on my messengers like, dude, the sponsors. But unfortunately he said, I didn't realize I didn't put the sponsors on there. My bad. He didn't come back on here and apologize to us on the air. No, thanks, he does it on the side. Yeah, and that's awesome, man. She's one of our number one fans, Blue Eye Brandy, which we haven't seen her in a while, but she's around.
Was Blue Eye Brandy on there? I didn't see her.
No, I haven't seen her, man. She fell off ever since she hooked up with Mega. Mega ruins everything, bro. Once,
man,
it's like lava on the tip of your dick,
Well, we got another girl that follows all the MWA stuff. Her name's Amy Gower, official Amy Gower on Instagram. She's, I think she's over in England. She watches all of our stuff.
Well, top of the morning to you. Brilliant. Thanks.
Brilliant, mate.
Well, hey, man. Hey, Alan, I'll let you close it off, man. You do a better job than I am. Don't forget the sponsors.
Hey, listen. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Well, I'll read the Wrestling Universe. How about that? The Wrestling Universe, thewrestlinguniverse.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your wrestling merchandise. They have all kinds of ECW, WWE, WCW, TNA, UFC, action figures, past, present, and future. They carry T-shirts, autographed wrestling cards, autographed 8x10s, masks, belts, and everything you want in the wrestling business. They also, if you're overseas, they will ship internationally, and there's no and all their items come with a certificate of authenticity. So if you get an autograph, you're getting it by the person that actually says they're autographing it. So that's thewrestlinguniverse.com. Check them out. Plus, I think Piers posts stuff on the Instagram MWA page every month, or I think every week. Maybe they have wrestling stars in store. So you're in New York, look them up in Queens, New York, I believe. In store signings, they got everybody, TNA, NWA, WWE. They need you. I did an autograph signing for them back in April with some of the old WCW guys, and they treat us good, man. Put us in hotels, first class, man. They were some good guys. So WrestlingUniverse.com.
Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter.
Black lives do matter, but wrestling matters more on this program.
There you go, brother. But hey, definitely check out Sleeve, man. If you definitely want the sports athletic gear, if Pierce would do his job and post the shit that we need to post on the screen, we definitely would definitely check out sleeves.com. Athletic wear, headbands, and dirty boxes. You have all the classics. So definitely, I'm rocking it. Alan rocks the dirty boxes. Definitely hit it with. If I knew the promo code MWA, what?
MWA Pod for your 10%.
There you go. See, I need that shit on the screen.
I got the dirty boxes with a little smiley face in the front. Which ones you get?
I got the elephant trunk.
Okay. That suits you better. I'm hung like a Tic Tac, so I got the smiley face.
Oh, I just got that extra skin hanging at the end, bro. It's just it's the best part of the pizza,
Yeah,
but also, if you definitely want to
don't forget Health Vape.
That's what I was gonna say. Health Vape. Health Vape is definitely an alternative lifestyle. If you definitely want to smoke and you want to get the healthy vitamins inside you, again, if I had the post, I would definitely tell you what we have.
Now, listen, all their products are no nicotine, no harmful chemicals, 100% organic. Is this right? They're all vitamin infused. Your healthy alternative for vape.
Yeah, and you have it on your phone. That's why Pierce sends you the stuff. He doesn't send me anything.
My phone's blank right here. I just remembered that.
Don't work the gimmick. Don't work the gimmick.
Dude, look, I got nothing on my phone. It's blank. It's just a hot chick.
All I got is
King Meg is jealous of our camaraderie and the chemistry.
All I got is my dog. Yeah, all I got is my dog. I miss him. But anyway,
sleeves.com, and that's also Sleeves and Health Vape are both MWA Pod for your 10% discount.
Absolutely. Hey, it is I, the Kingpin, along with Kiwi. I keep saying Kiwi.
Yeah, it's Kiwi, man. Come on, get that shit right.
Hey, man, it's hard, man. I love Kiwis,
Angry
man.
Alan Funk, the Funkster, whatever you want to call me, bro. I wrestled as the Funkster in all Japan.
There you go, brother. But if you definitely want to get the real deal, this is the two guys that will give it to you. The Funkin' Kingpin show is going to be just blowing the fuck up day and night. So definitely check us out.
Don't forget to check out the Realm Network and check all our original shows. You got Kill the Business with you, King Mega, and Glenn, right?
Yeah, you're pro.
Then you got Piers Austin doing the shooting the shit uncensored. You got Knights of the Gimmick Table with the Dead Presidents. Your independent damn legends right there. And then you got Get Funked with myself. Check it out on the Realm Network.
Damn, that's why you're a pro, man. You remember all this shit. I don't remember jack shit. But that I always get brain farts. I that's just my bad memory. That CTE just kicking in, and just giving everybody the last shout out. I would love if you
It's all right, Annette. We still love you, and we're still gonna crash at your house when we're in Australia.
Yeah, Vegemite sandwiches all around. But again, we'll see you guys next week. I do appreciate you. Thanks for showing up and supporting us. And we'll catch you guys later.
Appreciate it, guys.